It is a warm, sunny California day. What was to be a fun day of paintball for best friends Brian and Adrian turned into a devastating nightmare. A hit-and-run accident. After sideswiping their truck and running them off the road, the driver that was at fault stopped for a moment, then simply drove away. In the blink of an eye, a wife has no husband, a son has no father, and grieving parents have lost their only child. Brian was killed instantly. After 6 years of investigation, the police have been unable to locate the driver of the runaway car. Brian's mother, Suzanne, has never given up hope of finding the people that killed her son. She has left no stone unturned and is now seeking the help of Rebecca Arndt, a Salt Lake City housewife, grandmother, and psychic medium. Born and raised in the LDS Church, Rebecca has a strong belief in Christianity and has maintained her LDS faith. After graduating from the police academy, then receiving her master's degree in counseling, she met her best angel and her strongest supporter, her husband Jerry, and their canine kids.
What we are about to do is what we call remote viewing, and we're going to do a session. We're working on a case that has not been solved. We will be given coordinate numbers. And before we do this, we begin with putting our name, the date, starting time, and an ending time. Then we will go into meditation.
She has enlisted the help of 2 additional mediums, Kathleen Matthews, who is a tarot card reader, and Sue Hunt, whose expertise is the pendulum. As they begin their meditation, one might ask, is this real or another episode of the Twilight Zone? Does man really have a soul? To try to answer this question, we spoke to Alexei Efros, distinguished professor of physics at the University of Utah.
Right now, it's not a scientific question. It's a rather religious question. But it can be a scientific question, and I think it can be soon become a scientific question, because we are coming to attempt to make a computer modeling of a brain. Very simple one. But nevertheless, all our attempt to model in computer this brain failed right now. I don't know why. And if it happens that we can't model brain, it means that there is something else that we don't know. What we do know is that it consists of neurons, and that neurons are connected in some way, and we know exactly how they are connected in this elegance. It's very, very simple creature. But nevertheless, when we put it in computer, somehow it doesn't work. So maybe there is something else that we don't know. And maybe this else may be called by soul.
Throughout history, man has been fascinated by the afterlife, the occult, and the paranormal. This fascination became an obsession in Germany during the 1930s and World War II. Adolf Hitler was convinced that it was possible to gain information about the present and see into the future using a process known as remote viewing. He formed the Nazi Occult Bureau, headed up by Heinrich Himmler, who shared his deep fascination with the occult. Many novels and films have storylines based on the bizarre rituals of the Third Reich. Some of these stories may have an element of truth. It is widely held that after World War II, the archives of the Nazi Occult Bureau was sent to the United States and stored in the National Archives. These holdings have never been made available to the public or even to researchers. America's flirtation with the occult did not end with the German documents. Several multi-million-dollar research programs received authorization in the 1970s by President Jimmy Carter, who also shared a fascination with the occult. Run by the CIA and headquartered at the Stanford Research Institute in Palo Alto, California, these secret programs, under the codenames of Grill Flame, Center Lane, Sunstreak, Stargate, and others, developed the concept of the coordinate remote viewing. These programs were declassified in 1995, and the methodology is now being used by psychic mediums. Remote viewing is based on the theory that the Earth has a parallel world that stores the energy and information for everything that is happening, has happened, and will happen, and that it is possible to communicate with this world through a signal line. Coordinate remote viewing places a grid on the worlds that the medium uses to take them to a specific place and time. With Brian's mother on the telephone from California, Rebecca, Sue, and Kathleen begin a session to learn more about Brian's death.
What was the shock over money?
God, I made his car payment the day before.
You have entered a world where the energies of the past, present, and future reside. Mediums call it the Matrix. Many others call it heaven. This is a realm where answers never come easy, but they do come, and when they do, it makes even the most ardent critic take pause.
His name Campbell, or there's like a C initial.
Oh my God! Campbell?
Yeah.
Wait. That's where Brian died, in their backyard.